Hi guys, how you doing? This is Mark McPhail here. Just going to go over some of the Kodi box setups so everyone will be able to use it and can do a DIY in order to watch all your live streaming movies, shows, games, so on and so forth. Going to start with the box. The box, normally on the back you always get your actual power outlet. If you do want to hook it up direct Ethernet, you can. It also does have the built-in wireless. Obviously your HDMI. Does have an analog AV, so your audio video, the old school yellow, white, and red jacks. If you do have a surround sound system and you do want to have a wireless setup, you can also get a Bluetooth dongle or get a SPDIF, which is basically a optical cable to hook up to any surround sound system. There are the USB connections as well, so if anyone does have a jump drive, external hard drive, anything like that, you can actually plug it directly in that and use it. Also does have a SD card slot, so all your favorite pictures and shows and everything can go directly on that and can use the remote to connect to it. The next thing that people usually ask about is the remote control. So with the remote control here, you do have your power on the top. You also do have the volume just for the actual Kodi box itself. The home on the top left is if you ever want to go back to the home screen, which is what you're seeing behind us. That's if to go back to Kodi, maybe you want to go to YouTube, maybe you want to do something like that, you can. The top right would be the arrow back button. It's basically a back, so if you want to go back to the next show, to the next sitcom, you can. Obviously your cursors, up, down, left, right, are to scroll through your different shows or go up and down to the next setting. OK is the enter button, so in order to select a show or a movie, or maybe you want to download something, you can do that through the internet. The bottom left is actually the cursor that would allow you to get and track all your favorite shows or your movies. So we will set that up for you, and you can click on that so you can actually save all your favorite shows. Instead of going through hours and hours of pages, you can do your favorites. On the bottom right is the actual air mouse. The air mouse, which is right there, what that'll allow you to do is you can actually use a mouse instead of trying to go through your toggles. The air mouse is not the best friend for most people. Sometimes people find it a little harder, confusing. You got to click it and then scroll and then unclick it to get what you want and then hit the OK button. A lot of people are going into a wireless keypad with the actual mouse that's built in. It's called a touchpad. A lot of people are getting into those. I strongly suggest them for a lot of people that are trying to get into live TV, sports, want to go on Reddit. Also, they want to go on the internet. Maybe they want to go under and download more apps. It is a much faster process to do that. And then below it, you also have the numbers. If you can actually go under that and type in a number or digit, it's a lot easier than trying to scroll through on the keyboard that's on the actual main page. It will allow you to set up and get into your setup much faster. You do have a mute button on the bottom left, so if you ever do want to go and say go to the bathroom, you got a phone call, click that, and then the X is for the back button there. So let's get into the actual main settings. Alright guys, so when you actually get the box out, you hook up the HDMI cable included, power cord. Obviously the batteries are already pre-installed in the actual remote. You turn it on, it'll look like this. So when you are going to have it set up, just takes a couple seconds for this to load. It would bring you up into the main screen. Takes a couple seconds to load. Alright, once it loads, you'll see the main skin. With the skin, this is just a default skin. It can be put into anything through your different apps. I'm just going to use a keyboard here just to go over and show people how to do it. So when you do set it up, first thing you got to do when you turn it on and it goes to the main screen, go to your settings. So when you actually click your settings, it will allow you to get into your Wi-Fi. With your network, you click on your network. it will allow you to go Wi-Fi or Ethernet for people who want to have it hardwired. So when you click on that, you would find your unit, which is right there. I would click on that. I would type in then my password, and then that would allow us to be hooked up directly to the internet. You do have to have internet in order to use your Kodi box. All the display sounds are already pre-done, preloaded. Also the date and time, things like that. You can change things separately if you had to. Separate remote as well comes included. If you are going to get a keyboard, just the USB dongle would all you need in order to set it up. So to go back, these are kind of the My Apps, which are right here. We just do a basic preloaded. Just click on some of those. So if you ever want to go on to separate browsers, you ever want to go to, main settings, the Play Store, things like that, you can go into that right there through the My Apps. Right here is your Kodi. That's what everyone's going to be going through. This little world, that's the internet. So you can actually go right online in order to actually go TSN or Home Shopping Network, whatever you want to go with. Netflix is right here for people who do have Netflix, who actually are still subscribing to Netflix. 99% of the time, once you get the Kodi box, you'll probably cancel the Netflix unless you have multiple people that are kind of doing the same $10 deal. The Play Store is where you get all your extra apps that you can personalize your Kodi box. For people who have the Apple, it's basically like an iTunes just for the Androids, called the Play Store. YouTube presetting as well. You watch all your favorite YouTube shows. Facebook, and then you can go into more settings there. So what we'll do is we'll click on Kodi. When it goes on to Kodi, it takes a second to load. We always usually go to videos. On the main things, if you do want pictures, so if you want to add on your own favorite pictures, do a slideshow, stuff like that, you can. Here's all your videos. We will go through that in a second. Music, if you do want to do any digital radio, things like that, it's already set up for you. Programs, if you do want to load any extra programs, we do have extra, the add-on installers. I will show you about the maintenance tool later. It will actually be by the star, where you can actually delete all your cookies and things like that. Main system here is if you do want to get into separate file managers, you do have to go to system info, different things, a little more advanced. That's something you can compare later. So under the videos, Exodus is the main thing most people are looking for now. I use that probably 95% of the time. Both Exodus and the One Channel and the Royal WE will allow you to go under TRAKT, which allows you to save all your favorite shows, movies, things like that. Under Exodus, it will allow you to go under your movies, TV shows, my favorite movies, my favorite TV shows. We will get into that in a moment. You can check into new movies, things like that. So if you're going to the movies, just click it. Has the genre, different years. You can search from different people watching, most popular. So let's just click on that there for a second. Just takes a second to load. So here's what is kind of the most popular, what people are watching. So some of these are cams, depending on how new they are. Watched Sully the other day. It was really, really good. So say you want to watch that. You would just click the OK button on your mouse. Will take up to 29 seconds sometimes for it to load. I preset that, so we try to get the best possible quality, as well as one of the best quality in the streaming. So once that's connected, you'll see it's working. Here's all the ones that are on now. So 1080p HD. If your TV is not 1080p compatible, maybe it's an older style 720, you can just keep scrolling down. You'll see here, there's the bar here. You can just keep scrolling as far down as you want. These are separate streaming. Basically, just like anyone's used the old Napster, the old downloading site, if you had a song you really, really like, there'd be thousands of people downloading that song that you can choose from. It's very similar, but now it's basically the same thing, but we are doing streaming. So for people who don't want any downloading any other viruses and stuff like that, we're actually streaming it from the site. So automatically it goes on there, and you will see the movie play. Just takes a couple seconds for this to load. There's your show. Now if you click the OK button, say you had to pause it or something like that, let's click the OK button right there. It'll show what it's on. So Sully, 1080p, it's 2.0, does have the pause. If I scroll to my right, I'd have the stop case you have to stop. You can actually do multiple for fast forward. Maybe you're on the 43 minute of the show, you'd have to go back to do that. You can. If you keep scrolling over, it will tell you what it's on, so subtitles, we don't want that. For the actual movie quality, also there's for the volume, if you need to extend the volume or decrease the volume. Most people, it's already set to default. So yeah, say you want to pause it, you got a phone call, pause it, it'll show the time that you paused. When you ever want to go back, you'll see the arrow there with the little, hit OK, you'll be able to pause it. Say you don't want it anymore, you hit stop. So you hit stop, it goes back to here. Say that link didn't work, it wasn't a very good one. You can actually go under another version, so let's just say, we'll just go right there. So you click the OK button, and now it'll allow you to load. You'll see on the bottom left there was a little play button there. So sometimes these are a rip from a DVD or a preview, so this will show that. So if somebody didn't want the subtitles, you can actually stop that, go to the next one. Again, these are what people are streaming. So let's just stop that there, click over, hit the OK button, stop, you're back to. Now I'm going to hit the back button here. That allows you to go back to the actual movies. So say you didn't want to watch that movie, you want to click down, you want to click to something else, you can go to Deadpool, you can go to, you know, anything you'd want. Now, let's just say you want to connect this to your TRAKT. There is the button on the bottom left, which is right by my finger. It's got the 3 little lines in it, 2 little lines. So you'd click that button, and that would allow you to go into the TRAKT manager to save it. So we're going to hit the OK button, and that will allow you to save it. Now it automatically goes to add collection, so you just hit OK again. Now it actually will be saved under the TRAKT manager. Say there's another one you want to do, so let's just say Star Wars. So we will click the bottom left button with the 2 little lines across it. That will allow you to go to TRAKT manager to allow you to save it. So add to collection, hit OK again. You'll see it's on your saved. So now let's hit the back button and let's get out of that. So we're in most popular. You can go into the box office, in theaters, different things like that. Depending on the newest movies that are in theater, you may see a cam. What a cam is someone actually went to the movie theater and took their camcorder or their device and they actually recorded it in theaters. A lot of those are obviously not as high quality, depending on the sounds and stuff like that. So most people do wait till actual screener or something that actually just came out as high def. Let's go to TV shows, hit the OK button in the middle, and then you'll see all your different settings, what you want. You can go into your searches and settings. So let's just go to, again, most popular. Click the OK button. It says it's working. So here's all your newer shows are up. So there's The Walking Dead. So let's just click that for a second. Hit the OK button. You'll see all your different seasons. So if you're only on season 5 or on season 7, we'll click season 5, hit the OK button. So now here's all the actual shows on that series. So you can go all the way down and you can go to the last one, go to the first one. So let's just go to the first one here, or the second one. So hit the OK button, Strangers. And again, you will see roughly up to 29 seconds for this to load, which is a pre-setting that allows you to get the best quality and one of the higher rated streamers. So you'll see it's working there, just showing that it's finding all the best sources. So again, let's just go to this first one. Again, you'll see it here start to have the play button with the working there. So then now you're on the show. And again, you can have this paused. You can go playback, hit stop. You can even go onto your mouse and you can fast forward it. So if you want to go right to the setting of 13 minutes, you can actually go to that with your mouse. That's the air mouse button. So let's just stop that. We're going to go to the top right, hit that back button, hit the back button again, hit the back button again, and now you're back into the main menu. We talked about that TRAKT, so the little button right there with the two lines, you click that button and that will allow you to save all your favorite shows. So add to collection, hit OK again. Now you know it's saved. Say you want to go to Game of Thrones, you would click the bottom left. That would allow you to set it up to TRAKT Manager, which is allowing you to save all your preset shows. Add to collection allows you to save that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the home button now, and that way you can actually go back to your main screen. Say you had to do something you forgot. When you go back to the Kodi, so you will have the arrow down here, it will automatically go to the last place that it came from. You go to videos. So let's just say we go to Exodus, and then we'll go into that. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how to save your favorite movies and shows, sitcoms, and have your programs. Instead of searching and searching for all the shows every time you want to watch it, we can do it on a save list. So what you do is you go under Kodi, hit the OK button. When it's under videos, the ones that you would use would be Exodus, Salts, or the Prime Wire. When you're under the Exodus, go down to TV shows, and let's just say you go to most popular. You can select from anything on that list. Say you want to do The Walking Dead. On your remote control, on the bottom left-hand button here, you will see the toggle for the two lines. That is your settings that allows you to select TRAKT Manager. So scroll down 4 times, hit the OK button. You will see Add to Collection. You would automatically click the OK button again, so that would be a total of 2 OKs. You'll see there it's already been saved. Let's just say you want to go down to Game of Thrones. What you do is you click the bottom left button with the 2 lines. That is your activate your settings. You would want to go under TRAKT Manager, hit OK. Once it says Add to Collection, you would hit OK again. You'll see in the bottom right there it says it's saved. Let's go, for example, and hit the back button, which is the top right. We'll go back. We'll go back again. You'll see movies. We'll scroll up, hit the OK button. Again, same. We'll go down to most popular. Takes a second to load. So you'll see here all your shows. So say you want to watch Sully. You don't want to watch it tonight. You want to watch it later. Again, bottom left button with the 2 lines. That is your settings. You scroll down 4 times to go to TRAKT Manager. You would hit the OK button. It would automatically come up to Add to Collection. You would hit OK again, and that will save that for your movies. Say Deadpool. You would go and hit the bottom left button. Again, go under TRAKT Manager. Scroll down with the button 4 times. What I mean by scroll down, the toggle up, down, left, right. You would scroll down 4 times, hit the OK button. Add to Collection comes up, automatically hit OK again, and you'll see in the bottom right it saves it there. So what we'll do is I'm going to hit the back button again just to show you where it came from. So the back button there goes from all the movies. Hit the back button again, allows you to go back to your settings. Now you will see My Movies and My TV Shows. That's where you would go into all your favorite movies that you've saved, as well as your TV shows. So how to set this, just to confirm, I'll go back from the main page. So again, the home button on the top left, that would be under there. You scroll down to your Kodi, you would hit the OK button. Brings you into Kodi. Scroll over to the left to videos. Scroll down to say Exodus again. Hit the OK button. And then it goes to the main page, movies, TV shows. Now you can do my favorite movies or my favorite TV shows. So hit the OK button. When you do that, scroll down once, which is the down arrow button right underneath my thumb. Hit Collection, hit the OK button. You will then see all the shows that you have saved. So instead of going through pages and pages of shows trying to find it every time, you can just have your pre-selected favorite shows. You can go into the, say, main page, which is The Walking Dead, hit the OK button. Then it will allow you to go into the different seasons. So you can go on whatever season, so say season 5, hit the OK button. Then you'll see under season 5 all the actual models that have each individual piece. So say number 14 episode of season 5. Again, it can take up to 29 seconds. You will see here by the mouse. So we saved the favorite top rated streaming site or dedicated people who stream it. So now you'll see that it's working on the bottom left. Now you're into the actual episode. So these are all the people that would want to watch that. So again, hit the OK. You'll see it going through, and you'll see it here starting to play on the left. And then now it shows here. Again, you have the capability of hitting stop, pause. You'd be able to select that. So I'm going to hit the stop button. I'm going to hit the return button on the top left just to get out of it. Back to there. I'm going to hit the back button one more time. Back one more time. So now you go to my movies. So again, you're going to watch a movie on the weekend. You go down to collection, which is what you always do to collection. You don't have to go to watch list or anything like that. It's all the way up to collection. Hit the OK button, and then it shows the movies that you have actually saved. So same thing allows you to go through with that. So hit the back button again. You can do the same thing with your salts. So scroll down, hit salts, hit the OK button. Same thing again, movies, TV shows. Oops, excuse me. Prime Wire. You can pre-select them. Movies. But most people go to the actual Exodus to save all the favorite settings. Again, search A to Z, featured, most popular. And then again, go under the movies, favorite shows, Minions, things like that. That's what people have been watching. So I'm going to go to the home button on the top left-hand remote, which will allow you to go back to the main home page. So now you'd be able to go under your Kodi. It brings it back. Now, these are your add-ons. So these 5 here are the ones that we kind of pre-selected for your add-ons. But some people want to get into more things down the road, so go to add-ons. We preset up a lot of these, so for people who want to watch more than just the everyday TV show or movie, you can go to like family. There's a bunch of Disney channels. You can go to the ET Canada, Food Networks, Fox Sports, some of your NBA, NFL. So these are ones where you can get into some of the streaming for live shows. Reddit is one of the ones I always suggest for a lot of people who are trying to watch the live hockey, NBA, stuff like that. It allows people to actually get right into the live game as soon as it gets broadcasted. Keep in mind that a lot of these streaming sites, whoever's streaming it, and depending on the quality that they stream, is what you kind of get. I always say garbage in, garbage out. So a lot of people say, well, you know, it doesn't really look as clear. It's pretty choppy, depending on who actually got it set up. And that would be kind of the quality. So if it's only a 480 lines resolution, you know, it might be pretty choppy if you're on a big screen trying to stream it live. If someone's on a 720 HD or the full high def or full 1080p, it would be a much higher quality picture. Depending on your Wi-Fi, would be depending on the signal strength to allow you to buffer to watch any streaming source. Sports Devil is another one a lot of people use. You can get into some of the live stuff. It's just basically channels where you kind of have to check each individual link to see what it is. Sportsnet, same thing. There's other ones. Royal WE is another one a lot of people look at as well. That allows you to do the TRAKT as well, like the Exodus. So I can show you do that in a moment. But there's a lot of other ones that you can go with. If you have to pick up more, you can go to Get More, which is the very bottom. You'll be able to see the little cursor here all the way down. So when you click on that, this allows you to get into other ones that I did not pre-save for you. There's so many of them. Depends what people would use or would want. I always just do a pre-select of the people for family stuff, for kids, also again for movies, any type of live sports already on there as well too. There are thousands of these add-ons that people say, well, my buddy uses this or buddy uses that. So you can kind of pick the best ones you want. You don't want to load up your box as well, because the more you load up into it, obviously the slower it would be. So that would be just under your videos, and then add-ons to click on that, and those would get your extra channels. So if we hit the back button, and you'll see here by the power button there to the left of that, there's the start, which is your favorites. I did this pre-set up so that every day or so, or it depends how many people are using it, you can actually purge your packages or clear your cache. So when you purge your package, hit the OK button. It'll say, hey, look, I got 15 files, I want to delete them. So that'll clean up a lot of the actual through the maintenance tool. Just allows things to run smoother or buffering. If you don't do that for a while and you're trying to watch a show, it'll say, hey, please clear your cache because it's buffering, things like that. It just allows it to run more smoothly. So that would be the OK button. Hit the OK again, allows you to save it. Just click the back arrow button, which is on the top right. That allows you to go back, and again, you're there. If we go to the home menu, which is right on the top left, right by my thumb, you can actually go under your other presettings. So I'm just going to stop and we'll go through that. So besides the Kodi, which is right here, a lot of people will go on the internet so they can use this like a laptop, like a computer. So if it's something on there that you want to go to, so what I'll do is we'll go on the World Wide Web. It takes a second there. I'm signing into my Google. So now we are on the Google. We'll share a location. So now if you want to go to, say, TSN, we can have that set up. And we'll just go and hit the... Now I'm using a wireless keyboard here. I will show you in a moment how to use it on the one-touch button. A lot of people would rather get a wireless keyboard to do this type of thing because it's much more faster. So go under the tsn.ca, boom, you're there. So if you want to get into anything from eBay to anything your favorite shows, so you can type up here. So say we'll go under eBay. Takes a few moments to load. So then you can go to anything you want to. So anything else you want to compare to. Allows you basically just to go on it like a laptop. So just that quick. And you can see all the things you want to do online. So what you can do again is, if you want, you can hit the home screen or the back button, and that would allow you to kind of go back off the pages that you've done. So now you're at the home button. Now the Play Store for a lot of people who have Apple or any of the iTunes. This would be for Android, what is the Play Store. So just like your iTunes, if you have apps that you want to go on to, so whether it was YouTube, Netflix, Facebook, you can go on any of these Play Stores and you can actually go under anything like that. So say if we go to, on the top right, let's just go under VLC. Oops. So you can kind of pick kind of the things that people may want to kind of compare to. So apps, games, music. You can also scroll down to other things that you may want to go into. Some of these preset files that people would compare to. There's so many options in the actual Play Store that you can actually go into. A lot of stuff is free. A lot of stuff you have to pay for, just like in the iTunes. So depending on the weather network, a lot of people, what they do on here is say they want to do local stuff. So they'll go CBC News. So I'll hit the save. So here's all your local apps that people get. So say they say, Mark, I want to watch Compass at 6 o'clock. Or, you know, maybe there's a favorite show that's not on something separate that's local. You know, again, people want to go into the TSN. People want to get into some of their own apps. So this is a great place where you can go into. These would be saved under the My Apps setting at the very front page as soon as you get into the box. I'll show you that in just a moment. So here it shows that we're installing it. You can also do other things, so CBC Radio, again, Sportsnet. So let's just click that one there for a quick second. So we want to install that. Always accept. You don't have to pay for any of that stuff. It'll tell you if it was. You'll see on the top corner here where it shows that it is downloading. So again, I'm using a wireless keyboard with the trackpad. A lot of people like the small ones, as small as your cell phone. Quick, easy to use. It's something not big or bulky. A lot of them do have a built-in lithium-ion charger. Some people just rather do the AA or AAA batteries. But they're super easy to use. I will now show you how to set it up with your traditional free remote. You'll notice here there is that air mouse, it's called. It will allow you to connect to that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click that button. You'll see the mouse on the screen. So with the up, down, left, right cursors, you can actually now go and you can scroll over by holding the right button. So with my arrow, you will see that going over. I'm going to go to open that. You would click the OK button. So you have to manually move up for the down, or right. In order to do that, when you don't want your mouse, you would just click the air mouse again, give it a good hard click. And then you would also go into your normal up, down, left, right. So now when you're trying to go into this next or skipped, you can see I'm clicking buttons and nothing doesn't happen. You actually have to go to the air mouse. So when you click that button, you will now see the mouse. You would just hold the left cursor and then down, and then you can also skip it, hit the OK button. But some people don't like that when they're trying to get into the settings, because you have to click the air mouse to get it off, and then you can also move it to news, scores. You'll see that on the top right hand corner. Now if I want to go to the air mouse and say go down to the bottom, you would have to click that air mouse, touch the cursor up, down, left, right, you'll see it there. Then I would have to actually scroll all the way up to get under the video, hit the OK button. People that are kind of mad about the air mouse because it is a little more complicated, you have to press it, turn it on, and then do whatever you want to do to click to the actual collection. Then you have to hit the air mouse again to disable the air mouse, and then you can use regular toggles. Now, a lot of people with the keyboards, just to show you kind of a quick option, something like these keyboards, the bigger ones or smaller ones, it allows you to go right on it, and with your mouse, you know, go all the way up there, click, type it in. You don't have to worry about any of the bottom cursors, anything like that. Then you know it's automatically there. A lot of the times without a wireless mouse, I would actually have to take my remote, and with the up, down, left, right, you will see me moving the actual cursor up, down, left, right to get to whatever you'd want. So if you want to go TSN, sn.ca, and then you'd scroll over. This is always the enter button. Hit the OK button, and now you're linked to it. But if you want to go to where the sports is, you would have to actually click the air mouse now. You would see that down there. I'd have to physically move that over to hit the sports button. And then I'd have to scroll down to actually get into, say, the NBA. Where with a wireless keyboard and mouse, you can automatically get on anything, search much quicker, faster, and that would allow you to do that. So now with the main page, you'll see under the My Apps, when you go and look now that you'll see the CBC News that I downloaded, it will be under that. You can click that. You'll see the little check. Oh, excuse me. Under the My Apps, you can go to the plus. You can actually check, so that would be on your main page. So if you want to do that, and then say scroll down where the Sportsnet, where I downloaded that, you can click that. And then you would hit the back button on the top right of the remote, and now you'll see them right here all in the presets. You can also just go to manually My Apps, and then once you go out, you can actually hit the OK button, and that would actually bring it into the CBC News. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this setup and allow you how to show how to use it. Hopefully it helps you guys a little more out. Again, any questions, you can email me at rmmcphail@hotmail.com. You can always call or text me at area code 902-628-7109. Any questions, feel free. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed.